So while we're on the topic of the West Coast, man, is it true that you sold your vinyl collection to Dr. Dre?
Yes. Hmm.
Wow. So
Not the entire collection, but the majority of the collection. Like I took like the real like collector pieces. I took those out before, but yeah, I sold it to him.
what made you want to sell your collection?
So, yeah, I don't know if you've ever had a storage in your life, but you think you're gonna have it for a month or two, and then it ends up being years, right? So yeah, and the guy when I went to go get it, man, the guy told me. I said I'm only gonna be here for a few months. He started laughing at me. He goes, "Yeah, okay." He goes, "That's what everybody says, and they're here for years." And I was like, "Okay, whatever." He was right. So, um, the unit next to me, the sprinklers went off. Something went off in there where I got water on my side, and all the bottom records were getting messed up, right? And I was like, "Holy snap, man! I got to get this stuff out of here." Um, but the records were messed up. Just the the boxes and the sleeves, right? The actual record covers. Those were damaged, but you dust off the record, you're fine. Um, that played, I was like, man, I just got to get rid of this stuff, because I was just going there. I would stop there to get records, then I'd go to my mother's house to work. I said, man, you know what? I could just get this stuff digitalized. I'll just record samples, and that's what I was doing. I would take a stack, but then it was the thing of going back because I had just, I had gotten married, you know, living in an apartment in the Bronx, it's a little bit tight, and then we were looking to move, and it's just everything. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna miss it. I'll take the ones that I really want. I had a few crates. Um, Jared from A1 Records came by, looked at it, and he made the connection with Dre. He says, man, he goes, I could get you somebody to buy it. He goes, this is a producer's stack of records, if anything, not like a DJ. I had DJ records, but it was more for a producer. So he got the he brokered the deal.
So how many records are we talking about that you sold? How many vinyls?
Yeah. I don't know how many vinyls. It must have been. Uh, it wasn't. I mean, it was probably like I don't know. I say about 25 boxes, 30. About 25 boxes. I'd say of vinyl that I sold them. I mean, they were good sized boxes. Um, some, and some crates. There was some crates there as well.
Did you
So
say
I
like
mean,
1,000 records?
let's say yeah, probably a little over 1,000 records. Yeah, I say over 1,000 records.
How much did he buy it for, if you don't mind me asking?
You know what? And I'm not even. Damn. You know what, man? And it wasn't that much. It was like probably like a little less than 15 grand, something like that. It wasn't that much. I mean, and it was pulling teeth too.
It was what?
So, I gave him one price and then gave him another. It was almost like pulling teeth. Those people don't want to spend no money. No matter how, the richer they are, the less they want to spend.
Oh, so you didn't get to meet Dre though, but you knew that Dre was the one.
No, yeah, no, the deal went through somebody that he was like, he goes, I think I can get Dr. Dre to buy this music. So one of Dre's producers called me and I met up with him. He was like, I was like, so you don't want to go through any of this? And he's like, and see what's in here? Because this is it. Like, you're signing that check over to me and this is it. He said, no, listen, we've been dealing with Jared. He says this is worth it. We're good. If he said it, that's fine. And he texted me like about a month later. He's like, oh my God, Dre loves this collection. It's, and he's like, oh man, he thinks this is, like one of the best collections, blah, blah, blah. They had a lot of samples. I
Right.
mean, mostly drums, mostly drums. You know, we've always been heavy on drum samples. You know.
I think it's also dope that you were actually the first one to flip the sample "The Edge" by David McCallum, right?
Mm. Yeah, yeah. And well, the guy that broke the deal showed me the record. And if you want to hear something even funnier, it was Large Professor was supposed to go pick it up. He says he had a record. He had the record, and he wanted to show Large Professor. As he called him, he said, "Hey, I have a record, man, a good sample that whatever." And he says, I've been waiting for days. He's never came by. You can buy it if you want."
So for you guys that don't know, that's the sample that Dre used for the next episode.
Yep.
That's crazy. Wow. And you never got credit for that, man. That was a dope flip that you did on there.
Oh, thank you, thank you. What, Fat Beats never wrote my name, really? No, Fat Beat. It came out through Fat Beats. I think they gave me credit for it. I'm sure
No,
they
I
did.
mean like, like from
Oh, as
like the
far as
fan base,
yes,
like the
yes,
note, you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Giving
right.
you like credit to like your flowers for that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I think the source had something. I forgot who wrote it, but they did have something of who flipped it better or something to that
Mm-hmm.
effect. So um, yeah, but it is what it is, man. That's what it. And I remember showing it to people and like, oh wow, you used it before. But I like the way Dre did it because it's just slower and you can feel the groove and blah blah. I'm like, yeah, well, that's what you're used to. That's why they say that. But it's great. Well, one thing, the good thing is this. So Kid always had a saying: at least you know you're not crazy. Certain things you do, and then somebody else would do it after. You'd be like, well, you know what? At least you know you're on the right track and you're not crazy.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
you know.